Hola.
Too bad I can't see my reflection in... I wonder if I will...
Hola. Nos vamos en barquito.
What's Elisa doing here? It doesn't seem as though she's noticed me. I should just watch and wait for now.
Ser una stalker es mi...
A secret hideout? What are you doing, Elisa?
A ver, ella se ha metido como por ahí, pero yo quiero cotillarlo todo. Ahí hay un bicho muy chungo. Un fantasma. Primero vamos a cotillear a Lisa, luego al fantasma.
Let's see. A secret handle underneath the moss. Very clever.
Eso es un sábado full gotiqueo. Que sepas, Val, que ya voy a medio outfit. Para después.
What's all this?
Pero, ¿y este fumadero de opio aquí escondido bajo un
It's
pozo?
making me a bit lightheaded.
El local al que vamos tiene la misma pinta.
Lisa.
Oh no.
How did you find this place?
Te voy a
I
decir la
followed
verdad.
you.
You what?
Well, not the whole way, but I saw you by the ruins and...
But not to the island.
No, that was a coincidence.
Well then, I suppose I won't have to kill you.
Está bien saberlo, Alisa. Gracias.
You may as well make yourself comfortable. Now that you're here, I suppose I should welcome you to my little boutique.
Boutique? Just what is this anyway?
It's called hookah. Something a little different from the usual fare around here, hmm? Finally, somewhere to spend the evening that isn't that dreadful vodka bar or Arbon's place. No offense to her, but I tire of the same old company.
Hola, Slayer.
You run this place?
Naturally. Would you care to try some?
I'd better not. It seems a little too close to...
Suit yourself. At least make yourself comfortable.
The smell is intoxicating, but not unpleasant.
Le gusta el olor de opio a la
The
doctora.
smell is
Qué bien. Oh, otro trozo de cuadro. Creo que solo puedo hablar con ella. Está claro.
Ooh, this feels incredibly comfortable. I fear if I sit on it, I might fall asleep.
Listen, the Countess doesn't know about this place, and I prefer to keep it that way.
No te
Do you
preocupes, Alisa.
understand?
Todos tenemos secretos con la condesa. Yo también. O sea, me cae mal, ¿sabes?
Yes, of course. Your secret's safe with me.
Oh,
Me ha costado,
thank
no
you.
preguntarle por qué.
Joking.
Yes, of course.
Mother has been particularly restrictive of my actions recently. I just wanted something to call my own. And the extra income doesn't hurt either.
Wait,
Eso estaba
¿Mother?
preguntando yo. Madre.
Yes? Oh, you didn't know. I mean the Countess. She sired me and took me in as her daughter.
does that make Dr. Volkov my father?
I doubt it. My relationship with the Countess is somewhat...
So the Countess doesn't know that you're doing this.
Precisely. You see why this needs to stay underground, so to speak.
No le veo fallas,
But enough of me. How are you, Lizaveta? Enjoying your new eternity?
It's interesting, I suppose.
Oh? You must tell me your secrets. Or perhaps it's just that you're still young.
Well, I suppose it's... the people. Well, vampires too.
Anyone in particular? Anyone special?
You?
Oh? You do know what I was asking, don't you?
If I misread you, then...
No. I just didn't expect you to be so forward.
So then, do you?
Find you interesting? I wonder.
Well, that's not a no.
As entertaining a diversion as this was, I suppose I should attend to my duties. You should come again, though. It's difficult to find a decent conversation partner these days. The vampires are so stagnant, and the humans too fragile.
You mean...
Petya. Yeah.
I'm sorry the ritual didn't work. Really.
Nothing to be done now. That's necromancy for you. Fickle and temperamental, but that's what I like about it. I hope it's a little less unpredictable for my next attempt, at least.
You're going to try to bring someone else back?
No, I've had enough of that. You could say I'm aiming for something a little more abstract.
Which is...
Do you remember when I asked you about the sunrise?
Yes, I do. Don't tell me you... But isn't that fatal?
Usually, yes. But that's where necromancy comes in. There should be some form of protection spell that will permit me to shield
Se llama
my body
FPS.
from this. It's only in the theory stages for now, but I'm making progress. Well, what do you think?
The possibilities are incredible. If you could do that for a surgery.
Your mind goes to the strangest places. I don't dislike it, though. If all goes smoothly, perhaps a collaboration would be in order. Enough. I'll be here all night at this rate. Stay if you like, or don't.
I'd like you to have this. Made me think of you.
Are you sure? Thank you, it's really sweet, actually. See you around.
Teniendo en cuenta que he ofendido a su madre, pues no está mal llevar bien al menos con la hija. Si me la digo, ¿se convertirá en mi suegra, la condesa?
The sunrise, huh? Elisa certainly is ambitious. I'm a little curious whether she'll be able to pull it off, though. I suppose I'll just have to wait and see. I love listening. I love listening to...
No sé cómo llegar hasta allá, ¿no? ¿Puedo? No. Quiero hablar con esa persona y no puedo. No habré desbloqueado algo para lograrlo. A ver. Vamos a ver.
I love listening.
No. Que lo que quiero es...
I haven't seen this girl
Ahora.
around town before. How odd.
Y tan raro como que es semitransparente, Liza. Es que tú también.
Lovely night, isn't it? Those eyes. Did it suddenly get colder?
Brave to come here alone at night.
Me encanta la voz de este personaje.
I could say the same to you.
You could. The moon shines her light upon all matter of strangeness here. Strange creatures and stranger deeds.
I don't believe I've seen you before.
Nor I you.
Do you live out here?
No,
Oh. Do you live in town then?
no,
Where do you live then?
no.
My name's Lisa.
Has it done you much good?
I don't know.
Mine did not.
Oh.
It got washed away.
Oh.
The lake washes away all sort of things. Names, and love, and blood. In the end, it all dissolves into... I tire of speaking. An instrument unplayed falls out of tune. But even so, this duet was not unpleasant, little bat. Your kind rarely sings so sweet.
Little bat?
Come again, Lisa. I'll be waiting.
Lol, ya está. Se va.
What was that? Come again, she said. I love listening to... Let's turn... The pastry isn't fresh anymore. Better get rid of it.
Nice evening, isn't it?
What should I work on today?
Qué pereza esto, ¿no? Sí, hoy está todo bastante tranquilo.
Come here, birdies. Come closer.
Faina, nice to see you outside. Feeling better, I presume?
Much better, dear. All thanks to you. Come sit with me for a while.
Sure. So peaceful here. Didn't realize how much I needed this.
You know, Lisa, I have sort of a ritual. Once a week, no matter what, I always do exactly the same thing. I go to the general store and buy a small cone of seed and a fresh chocolate pastry. Then I come to this very spot and feed the birds. When the cone is empty, I eat my favorite treat in the world, all by myself, and think of absolutely nothing else.
And how does that feel?
Tremendous, little dove. Everyone deserves a little break every... Deceptively hard for some of us, isn't it?
Whenever I do have an evening to myself, most often I just feel guilty. Thinking of all the things I could be doing instead. All the things I didn't
Eso me
do.
pasa mucho, ¿eh?
Easier to stay busy than to face your feelings some. How are you feeling lately, little dove? Are you getting used to your new home?
It is getting better, little by little. But if I'm honest, I don't know if I will ever feel home again.
I see. You know, I think I have something at home that just might help. Stop by my place when you have a moment, dear, all right?
Oh, Faina, you don't have to.
I do, little dove. Trust me. Ah, the seed is almost gone. That means...
Time for your alone time with the pastry.
That's right.
I should go. Thank you for the advice, Faina. Hope you enjoy your treat.
I always do. I hope you find yours soon, dear.
Lisa, we meet again.
I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm here on business, I'm afraid. No time to enjoy the collection.
Much of a reader? A poet, perhaps?
Never used to be, but things change. It's a good way to pass the time. Elevate your mind, all that. Preferred the theater way back when, but there's not much opportunity for it these days. Especially not with Elisa keeping me on my toes. Speaking of, I don't suppose you've seen her, have you?
Can't say I have.
Ugh, where the hell'd she go? This town's not that big.
Está buscando a mi futura esposa.
Are you her babysitter?
Essentially, she keeps disappearing, and the Countess isn't pleased that her daughter is so often away from the manor.
Hola.
You
More like she sneaks away from the manor without permission. Which she's been doing more and more. Finding a young lady who doesn't want to be found is difficult enough without her turning invisible. What I really need to find out is where she has been hiding.
I could help you look.
Thank you. Maybe she's just adept avoiding. Evening, dear.
No le he querido decir dónde está, porque me cae bien, en verdad. Mira, creo que voy a ir a casa un momento.
Too bad I can't see my reflect. I wonder if... Strange. The lights are on, so someone must be home. Is that... Anastasia? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. The door is open. Please let yourself in. Go down, you son of a bitch. There. That's better. Sorry about that. Welcome to my humble abode.
Goodness, are you all right? What happened here?
Don't worry about it. Just a little mishap in the kitchen. I only left the room for a moment, but evidently it was still too long. Sadly, I'm afraid that means that dinner quite literally went up in flames.
You know what? It's for the best. I'm not that hungry tonight anyway, and was worried I'd end up seeming like an ungrateful guest.
That's kind of you to say. I'll even choose to believe that you're not just saying that to spare my feelings.
I'm really not, I promise.
So sorry about all this. May I at least offer you some tea?
That sounds perfect.
Wonderful. Let me quickly clean up and put the samovar on.
Thank you again for inviting me over, Anastasia. I actually got you a little something to repay your hospitality.
Did you now? Oh, especially now that I can't even offer...
I saw this and immediately thought of you.
Is that... Oh my goodness. Chopin? Lisa, I can't believe you got this for me. It must have cost a small fortune too. Are you sure?
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll treasure it, I promise. I only hope I won't wear the cylinder out. So, now that you're finally here, I have to ask, what do you think about this place? When it's not on fire, that is.
What can I say? It's a beautiful house. So spacious, so finely appointed.
That does about sum it up, doesn't it? You see, this house was passed down to us by Evgeny's uncle, Savelli.
Seguro que se murió al alcohol.
You must have heard of him already. The town mayor?
Ah, el que es corrupto.
I have indeed.
Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful. And I simply can't find myself at home. No matter how hard I try to make this place my own. It's as if I live in a museum full of beautiful things. But I, myself, am not part of this exhibit. You think I'm spoiled, don't you? I would if I was in your place, listening to all this.
I don't. Truly. I've been feeling quite misplaced myself lately.
I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. I think, in a strange way, I could sense that already. Perhaps that's why it felt so easy to share with you. This simply isn't me. And without Evgeny around, it is somehow worse. I can almost feel... I know I promised to introduce you to my husband earlier, but I can already tell he won't be joining us tonight.
I figured as much. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right, dear. I'm getting used to it. You know, sometimes I wonder what made me go down this path in the first place.
Amiga, date cuenta.
I often find people as a whole difficult to like. But individuals, on the other hand, so much easier to forgive a flaw and find the good in them. He is a good man. He really is. It hasn't been an easy time, but lucky for me, there is one place in this house that I can hide.
Really? Where is it?
The garden. It's my sanctuary when the house starts feeling too empty. I'd so love for you to see it. What time is it, anyway? Lisa, I'm so sorry for talking your ears off all this time. You must have been aching to leave it.
That thought hasn't visited me once.
You're very kind. I will show you around the garden another night. That is, of course, if...
You can count on it, my dear.
Splendid.
Thank you for your hospitality, Anastasia. Have a good night.
And you.
todo.
Her eyes, her smile, her legs, her breasts. No, this is all wrong. Rubbish. Utter and complete rub. It's this blasted journal. How can I concentrate on poetry when I constantly have to worry about tearing the damn paper?
Sí, ahora la culpa es del papel.
Are you alright? I swear to God I didn't mean that.
Sin querer queriendo.
I know. Don't worry. Happens to the best of us. So,
Es que en
what
verdad a
did
mí
the
me
poor
podría
book
pasar.
do
No,
to you
no,
to deserve
no el
such a
sin querer
battering?
queriendo, sino la torpeza.
It's just the pages in it, you know, dreadfully unfit for writing, and it's not about the book,
Efectivamente,
really.
yo no te lo quería decir, tío, pero...
I sort of figured that. What happened?
Remember I mentioned my writer's block? I may have understated how long it's lasted.
How long has it really been?
I haven't admitted this to many people, but I imagine it might feel good to get it off my chest. It's been over a year since I wrote anything half decent.
That's not insignificant.
Indeed. I'm broke, and I have no idea.
What about your previous book?
It's true, my debut was a success. However, I thought writing a new poetry collection or a novel would just be a matter of a few months. I was wrong. And in retrospect, I admit I wasn't,
Drinking?
among other.
There must be something we can...
Remember that journal I lost to Kirill?
Win it?
That's the only... Somebody told me he even already has a buyer and has a meeting lined up in I'd simply buy it back, but Kirill's asking price is astronomical. I know he's doing it on purpose to get back at me.
What's so important about that journal anyway?
Well, there was this poem that started to take shape in my mind, and
Te
I
comprendo
had a
perfectamente.
feeling. You know, that feeling when you know.
Sí. Oh, no me deja.
Not with writing per se, but it's probably not unlike the satisfaction I get when someone I've been treating feels better. It makes me glow inside.
That is exactly what I mean. Point is, I think it might be something that would get me back on track. I was too drunk to remember it.
Look, Kirill is cheating. I know that for certain now.
I knew it. My hand was a sure thing. That's why I thought it was safe to bet the book. No way he could have beaten.
Not the lesson you should learn from this, really. But that's not the point right now. I know how he's doing it. And his deck is marked. I'll teach you how to read the card backs, so you know what's next.
That's great, but if we play 21 and he doesn't deal me the winning cards, it won't be enough to know what's next.
I know what kind of cards he uses. I'll just buy a fresh deck with identical backs and mark them the same way. If you give me the signal for which card you need, I should be able to swap it with one of yours and switch them back later.
That's... daft, but how are you going to do it without Kirill noticing?
Let me worry about that.
Alright, if you're certain we can pull that off, that's good enough. I'm in. I can't tell you how grateful I am.
Just don't do stupid things like that again. Besides, you still owe me a poem, remember?
Of course.
Es como decirle a
I
alguien que te da un
promise it will be
Picasso,
worth
a
it.
Picasso, ¿no? Esto.
It
Eso
better
quiero creer.
be.
Lisa, I was... Have the most pleasant...
A lot of seems like... Well,
Ah, esto ya lo había visto. Espera, tengo que pasar a que sí.
Get away from me!
No sé dónde está. El gatito, no sé dónde está. El gatito.
What an interesting collect. You can see how much effort.
A ver si algo nuevo.
Ah, my favorite. Have the most.
What would you like? Let me know if you need anything else.
Lisa, I'm so glad you came. I was worried I'd scare.
I don't scare quite that.
Speaking like an old woman already.
I'm hardly.
Not for a human, no. The answer's two.
Huh?
2 centuries. That's how old I am. More.
I wasn't.
No, but you wanted to, and I don't mind. I don't often get a chance to talk about myself.
Well,
Ask away. Nope.
you must have moved around quite a bit over the centuries. But may I ask, where were you originally from?
When you're as old as I've lived in many places, but it was a simpler life there, harsher in some way.
Why did you leave?
Well, that is a more complicated question.
Complicated or not, I'd love to hear about it.
Very well.
A letter?
I received this several months ago. Enclosed with it was a key. This one, to be specific. Go on and read it.
That's not a letter at all.
Precisely.
Was there anything else with it?
Indeed. There was one other slip of paper with a date and town name, the time and place of my siring.
Then, the truth...
I have never known my sire. I almost burned alive that morning, not realizing I could know...
How did you even manage...
Ingenuity? Instinct? Trial and error to some degree. I learned that it's considered quite irresponsible to turn someone without staying with them.
I'm so sorry, Arden. That's terrible.
Yes. Yes, it was. But I survived, and eventually found others of our kind. I've traveled all over the world, drunk deeply of it. I'd almost managed to forget the matter of my... Just rude, really. I'd almost finished accepting. As for the riddle itself, I narrowed the first part down to this town.
I don't get it at all.
First, I tried towns with eagle in the name. Then I thought, the eagleless might be a person. I took night flying to mean this Orlova would be a vampire.
That sounds...
Indeed. But that is, between the salon and the Cabernet, I'd like to, but...
What if I...
Well, but don't go out of your way. Here, take the silly thing.
Arden covers it well, but it really seems to be bothering her. Although, that might be easier said than...
How can I help you, my dear? Hope to see you soon.
Vale, de aquí me voy. Tengo que ayudar a esta muchacha. Y tengo que resolver el acertijo. Bueno. Es que tengo que ponerme también a leer libros para subir las habilidades. Es que... Buah. Buah. A ver si encuentro aquí la baraja de cartas.
Hello, young lady. How may I help? Enjoy.
Ay, que no puedo entrar aquí. Tampoco está el gatito. Uy, va, este es el otro. El otro conductor. Nunca habla con él, a ver.
Could you take me to the mansion?
Of course.
Ah, este solo me ofrece llevarme. Yo no me quiero ir a la mansión. No me apetece, ¿sabes? Estoy buscando a mi gato, pero no hay manera de encontrarlo. Gatito, ¿estás por aquí? No.
Shoo!
Vale, vamos a ver.
You know this used to be my dress, right?
Really? No. I had no idea.
Uh-huh. Brought it to me from France after a big fight. She always preferred bribes to apologies.
Oops.
I see. I didn't mean to steal it away from you. Would you like to have it back?
Sweet of you to ask, but don't worry about it. I just wish Mother would have asked me first. I am done with it anyway. Never thought it was a good fit.
It's about the hussar.
About how he won't give me a moment's peace. Trust me.
Normal
I
que esté
know.
harta.
He knows
Normal
you're
que
up
esté
to
harta.
something. Or rather, the Countess does.
Ugh. Can't he just look the other way? Seriously. Would it kill him to look the other way?
I'm not sure he can. I mean, I don't know a lot.
I wouldn't know anything about that nonsense. I make it a habit to distance myself as...
Your father contracted the hussar to a life, an eternity of serving your family.
It's not that I am completely heartless about my parents' deed, but I learned a long time ago that I have to look
Lo
out...
comprendo.
Well, perhaps this is a perfect opportunity to do both. Releasing the hussar puts an end to his snooping, keeping your establishment safe from the Countess.
Well, when you put it that way, it certainly makes it all a bit more interesting.
Ya lo sé,
Let
hija mía,
me
ya lo sé.
think. You said serve my family, right? Maybe I can make a counter order.
Does it work like that?
Depends on how it was worded. Really, it'd be better just to break it, but contract magic is an art in and of itself. And Father was a maestro.
But there is a chance.
You'd have to figure out the original wording first. If you do, and if you figure out a loophole...
I will. Thanks, Elisa.
Don't thank me yet. Really, it's not going to be easy. You'll have to excuse me. Arben makes this look so simple.
I'd better report back to the There's something carved into this tree. The name Arhipovna, but that's a patronymic, and not a name. Unless... Could this be one of Arben's clues? The two that lie alone. Lover's Island.
Lo malo de venir aquí es que se gastan 2 acciones. Es una putada. Aquí voy yo. Tengo que irme, en verdad. No me quiero morir. Pero tenía la esperanza de que tal vez mi gatito estuviera por aquí, pero no. Ay, que se me acaba el tiempo. Oh, joder, que se me acaba el tiempo. Qué torpe soy, joder. Es que no me... Dios, he gastado todo mi tiempo en leer. Pero es que tengo que hacerlo. Mierda. No va a dar tiempo. Yo creo que me voy a morir aquí. Hola, Selks. ¿Me dará tiempo a darle mi opinión a Roman sobre el libro?
Wonderful to see you again, Miss Morozova.
You too, Roman.
Do you think yourself so easily forgotten?
Me encanta, no flipa porque me vea
It's
esas
just that
cenitas,
you
¿eh?
must see so many faces pass through here, far more interesting than my own.
I would be so lucky to see a face such as yours once in a while.
Oh.
Besides, you overestimate our...
Well, the town...
And what of your appetite?
Pardon?
Have you devoured the book?
Oh, of course.
Superb.
Es Carmila,
It was
no me va a
simply
gustar.
amazing. Exhilarating. Never have I read of such a powerful woman.
I feared I'd scared you away with this tale of supernatural beasts and
Oh, on the contrary. I find such monstrous...
What insides?
Qué
Sits
interesante.
beside the monk as my favorite doomed romance.
Oh, el monje también es uno de mis
Perhaps
favoritos.
horror and romance are two sides of the same coin.
Las clases de canto, bien. Es verdad que es un poco cansado porque las doy dos veces a la semana y una vez a la semana doy clases de interpretación. Entonces, pues algo cansado es, pero bueno.
At least in the hands of poets.
Ay, no
I
puedo
do
quitar.
so appreciate you taking the time to share. It's such a welcome change to share conversation with a...
Like, and if I ever tire of daily life in this town,
The town?
well, it has you. I hadn't expected to find such intelligence and warmth.
Stop, you'll make me blush at this rate. You know, I would be honoured to provide a tour and share...
What a kind offer. Though, I fear
How about your evening?
I may be able to manage. A tour does sound like an ideal way to better...
Splendid! Then consider me your chaperone. I'll be ready when you are.
I'm looking for something. There's something I wanted to give you.
So very kind of you. How lucky I am to be thought of by you.
No, no, sí, yo soy la alumna.
Thank you, mademoiselle.
You are so welcome.
Always a pleasure.
tiempo a todo. ¿Qué pensáis? Yo creo que... No... ¿Podré recoger el regalo de Faina antes de irme a dormir? Decidme que sí. Que puedo. Dígame el regalo.
Lisa.
Evening, Faina. You said I should stop by.
Yes, yes, of course. Just give me one moment.
Mira, mira, mira cómo se acerca el alba. Como se acerca el alba y no me ha ido a mi cuarto, me muero.
There. This is now yours.
I'm afraid I don't know what it is, though.
Sweetheart, there is no shame in that. This is a Hamsa amulet. It was none of us wished for things to happen that way.
Oh.
He knew how hard it would be for me to part with my old life. And everywhere I went since, I took it. Now I want you to.
Faina. Thank you so much, but I couldn't possibly accept.
This Hamsa was given to me to help me remember. My journey here was long and windy. Your path is just beginning, little dove. And when someone needs it more than you do...
I don't know how to think.
No need, sweetheart. I know you. I've lived long enough to know that there are some things you can't change.
Si esta persona se muere, lo voy a pasar muy mal.
But I also learned that there are always some things that you can.
Both of those things aren't that easy to deal with.
It's simple, really. I think
Please do.
Help yourself to a cup of tea if you'd like.
Without a doubt, one of the best things I've ever tasted.
Qué bonito.
No mail for me this time. Too bad I can't see my I wonder if I... Arbin's riddle.
Pues mira, hoy no me duermo en camisón, a ver si... Ay, no he robado el reloj, se me ha olvidado. Por completo. Vale, ya me he terminado los libros de esta biblioteca. Aquí no hay nada nuevo.
Ah, it's you. Ah,
You.
Hello, Kirill.
Are you sure you're up for it this time?
Well, I'm a busy woman.
Yeah, I can't take risks like... How can I...
A ver, ¿cuál es el otro trabajo que quieres?
So,
Actually, another opportunity.
I'm listening.
Another friend of mine. The new rage, apparently, among...
I am, as one should be. Each cylinder can contain up to 2 minutes of music. Can you imagine?
Blimey. Well, in that case, one must support the mob. That's the only way to keep...
Kirill. Always...
I just can't help it, Lisa. Anyway, I heard that a mutual friend...
Anastasia?
That's right. Why don't you... I'm sure they're just gathering...
Hasn't their family had enough?
I do it for the sake of the arts. The cylinder's long. Trust me, they'll hardly be me. And I'll be extra generous.
What do I have to do?
So glad you asked. Take these 3 cylinders. Obviously, I'd prefer you bring all 3, but if you're... Let's say there'll be a bonus for the full set, eh?
I'd rather not.
Suit yourself. Just don't blame me. It's a buyer's market.
Si le cojo las réplicas
busy.
pero no lo hago.
So,
Vamos a ver.
Another...
I am.
One, that's the...
Kirill.
I just... Anyway...
Honest.
That's... I'm sure...
Hasn't their family...
I do it. Trust me, they'll... And I'll be...
What do I have?
Me
So
apetece
glad you are.
trolearle.
Obviously, let's say there'll be a...
Hand them over. And this had better be worth...
Of course.
Hala, no tenía que decir que un cargo de trabajo, no.
I'm busy. Finally.
There you are, ready for our heist.
Not just yet.
All right, but I can't handle all the...
¿Por qué no me deja irme? ¿Por qué no puedo irme? Ahora. ¿Dónde está mi gato? ¿Por qué nunca lo encuentro? ¿Dónde está mi gato? ¿Y por qué nunca lo encuentro? No lo sé, no lo sé.
It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. Me daba una pena matar conejos. En verdad. Pumpkin, what are you doing here? Are you hungry? I brought you something tasty. Good, huh? So fluffy. Pumpkin, what are you doing?
Solo puedes hacerlo una vez, como es lógico. Qué bien. Por aquí. Anda, mira, se ha pirado. Se ha pirado el gatito.
It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck.
Me da pena, en verdad. Pero es que encima me da nihilismo, sin perder humanidad. Que yo creo que se tendría que perder humanidad por matar pobres conejitos, pero... ¿De verdad por aquí no puedo llegar nunca a casa del hombre que me quería invitar? Me digo que vivía en la zona del bosque. Es que yo no encuentro su casa, por más que la busco.
More huts in the village down there. Nothing. Keep up the good work.
Hola, no, que yo sepa no me han vuelto a dedicar más misas. Por el momento. Con una tuvieron bastante.
Locked. Good evening, Rob.
How may I help you today?
May I see?
Certainly. Enjoy.
Glinka's a life for the Tsar. That's one cylinder swapped.
Ay, yo no quería hacerlo esto. Ha sido sin querer. No, aquí todavía son como las 9 de la noche casi, sí.
Anastasia?
Evening, Lisa. Isn't it a beautiful night?
Stunning. You must spend a lot of time out here.
Lately, I feel as if life is slipping through my fingers like sand. Faster and faster, there's no one to blame but myself. When I'm here, time itself seems to stop. So, yes, I come here rather often.
Qué diferencia horaria, ¿eh? El argumento de los de la misa, no sé, que Krampus era satánico y por tanto, pues estaba yo corrompiendo la Navidad o algo así.
Anastasia, are you all right? I mean, really? I've been meaning to ask. Back when you were fighting the kitchen fight, was that a swear word I heard from you?
Being married to a man like Evgeny will do.
You're not so prim and proper.
I suppose I'm not, really. About that moment, Lisa.
Of course.
I told you a lie earlier. Before the fire started, I never...
Oh. Well, that's not nearly as scandalous of a lie as I expected.
I suppose not. But it's...
A friend. But what happened then?
It's rather embarrassing. Do you promise not to laugh?
I will absolutely not make such a promise.
I was sitting by the window and listening to a bird song outside. It was so beautiful that I started to compose a piece in my head. And before I knew it, I had a whole bird orchestra playing.
Which birds are doing what parts? Yes, you do. Tell me.
Percussion, actually. Herons were on brass.
Qué bonito.
Ah, of course.
Sparrows were on strings, and swans were woodwind.
Do you often compose animal music in...
Animals? No. But music? Yes. Quite often.
Ya te digo, es que fue muy fuerte, es que nos expusieron a mí y a otra amiga con la que había hecho en su canal una versión de la canción esta de Krampus, pero diciendo que es que era peligroso para los niños y demás, y yo pensando, pero que Krampus no existe, ¿sabes? Que es una historia inventada, que es ficción y que es una canción de coña, o sea, que básicamente la canción dice, encima la canción lo que dice, si te portas mal, Krampus vendrá y te comerá en Navidad, así que mejor pórtate bien. En todo caso, más que satánica, al revés, porque la canción pone a Krampus como malo y te dice que te portes bien. O sea, en fin, no tiene sentido.
My family, my womanhood, and Evgeny.
Selks, es la canción de Krampus, está en mi canal. También si buscas en YouTube canción Krampus Hada Bicho, te va a salir. Entonces tengo en mi canal la versión original que se medio viralizó como un par de años después de lanzarla, porque yo en su día la saqué y pasó sin pena ni gloria. Luego tengo una versión metal que hice el año pasado, y el año pasado también en el canal de Mire, que es una artista musical que tiene canal aquí en YouTube, hicimos una versión a dueto. Entonces hay como varias versiones. De hecho tengo incluso un vídeo en mi canal que es son todas las versiones de la canción en un único vídeo. Y hasta está el karaoke. Vamos. Y es eso, pues es una versión del Carol of the Bells que habla sobre Krampus con una letra que hice yo sobre Krampus. La instrumental la hizo la persona que se encarga de todas las instrumentales, composiciones y demás de las canciones que tengo en el canal. Y eso fue lo que pasó.
I see. Do you not still dream of living that life?
Of course I do. I just described a bird orchestra to you. But it's not meant to be.
Anastasia, listen.
Yes?
Lord knows you're going through a rough time, but this too shall pass. You are too talented to abandon your dream just like that. I want you to promise me that you will pursue it. You owe it to the world, to me, and most importantly, to yourself.
All right, I promise. But I'm only doing it because you begged.
Un segundo, chicos. Ya está, chicos. Me están avisando del tema cena. Sí, claro, porque Mire tiene muchísimos subs. Ella es una artista bastante conocida. Entonces, claro, esa versión al final se ha escuchado más que la que hice inicialmente. Pero es normal. Y luego ella tiene además una versión en solitario que también está muy bien.
And whenever you feel like you do tonight,
I'll thank you, Lisa. That means the world. You've been such a comfort to me tonight. I wish the night didn't have to end, but it's getting late. I'm afraid I have to go to bed.
Sí, encima que yo estoy echando llamitas. Le he dado un beso en la mejilla. Así que sí, ha habido beso.
Sweet dreams.
Good night.
A ver si me da tiempo a esto.
Yeah.
Here.
Let's see. Couldn't manage. Come by later and I'll...
What would you... Let me know if you need anything else.
How can I help you today? Finally, you're...
Good evening.
Pues no puedo porque no he dejado la ventana abierta. A ver. ¿Habrá alguna carta para mí?
No mail for me this time. Too bad I can't see my... I wonder if...
Pues el tema de los growls en verdad fue... En principio fue de casualidad, porque de hecho yo, cuando empecé a cantar, aunque a mí lo que más me gustaba era el metal y el rock, yo pensaba que el tipo de voz que yo tenía no daba para esos géneros y que pues solo podía cantar otro tipo de canciones que me gustasen, de pop, musicales y demás. Y de hecho, en su día vino una experta en guturales a la academia donde yo estoy a hacer un seminario de guturales y yo ni siquiera me presenté porque pensé que no era algo que yo pudiera aprender. Pero un día de casualidad descubrí que me salía algo parecido intentando cantar una canción y a raíz de eso me entró curiosidad y ya sí que cogí con esta persona que se llama Diva Satánica, que dentro del metal español y de los guturales tiene bastante reputación, y di unas clases con ella y luego también con mi profesor de la escuela que se llama José Pardial, que es el vocalista de Avalanche, pero que es una persona muy versátil. Pues también seguí perfeccionando la técnica, también he dado una clase con The Growlist y he seguido practicando también por mi cuenta. La verdad es que da para todo un directo solo hablar de este asunto. En fin. Voy a guardar.
Too bad I can't see my... I wonder if I... I can't go out there like...
Ay, Dios, qué pesadilla. Bueno, las parodias son un género muy divertido, la verdad. Y lo de la funa religiosa, sí, yo creo que cuenta como mérito, indudablemente.
I'm busy.
Hello, Creel.
Elizabeth. I'm glad you're here.
Again? Oh, what did you do before I moved here?
I've suffered greatly, clearly. But that's beside the point. The owner of the general store.
I assume now you're going to explain...
Do you have any idea how hard it is to keep a bit... He thinks he can try to cut in on me.
What exactly?
Vodka! Cheap vodka! Even cheaper than mine! The absolute cheek of it! It's the print. Now, obviously, I could go and have a conversation with him, but I thought it might go over better from someone goes without saying.
You'd bet.
Of course.
No voy a impedirlo. O sea, todos lo sabemos. Yo lo que quiero saber es dónde está el gato. ¿Estará aquí? Vamos a ver. No está. No, me temo que no. Estaría bien, ¿verdad? Pero me temo que para poder llevármelo en privado y matarle tendría que ganarme su confianza. Y para ganarme su confianza tengo que hacer cosas tan turbias que no me apetece. Porque me cae mal.
Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare. Intimidating, but... I think there are only a few dozen of... Town's founding... Of course.
Sí, puedes llevarte a... O sea, tú puedes ser en el juego este, según las decisiones que tomas, pues cambias algunas cosas de la trama y tú puedes matar humanos para alimentarte. Lo que pasa es que para que lo hagas manteniendo como el secreto del vampirismo, te tienes que ganar la confianza del humano, llevártelo en privado, embelesarlo, como dejarlo como hechizado y entonces beber de él. Y puedes matarlo o no en base a cuándo pares. Pero tú no sabes cuánta vida le queda a cada persona ni en qué estado de salud está. O sea, tú tienes un momento en que si no paras seguro que se muere, pero si paras antes no garantiza que la cosa acabe bien. Ese es el problema de beber humanos.
The smell... It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck.
Sí, es vampira, la protagonista. Pues este es un juego que se llama Cabernet. Muchas gracias por seguirme, por cierto. Es un juego que se llama Cabernet, es nuevo, salió hace muy poco, la demo está gratis en Steam. Y bueno, pues es un juego que va de... precisamente de eso, empieza el juego en tu funeral y te despiertas pues recién convertida en vampira. Y tienes que hacerte un poco a la vida vampírica, ir siguiendo la trama y pues hay varias cosas que se pueden hacer. Es el típico juego de toma de decisiones. No me deja beberme a este. Se fue. Bueno, si es que en verdad estoy bien de sangre. No me dejan llevármelo. No existe esa opción. ¿Estará por aquí mi conejo? No me puedo cambiar delante de un humano. Sí, ya me lo has dicho antes. Mi conejo no, mi gato. Porque yo quiero hacerme con un gatito al que he visto... Oh, otro fragmento de lienzo. Qué bien.
What is this?
Hey, you.
So, I managed to speak with Elisa.
How'd it go?
For Elisa's sake. She was holding a gathering of some kind. Seemed like she wanted to start her own social circles.
I don't blame her for trying to strike out on her own.
Are you going to keep stalking her?
Don't have much choice.
Actually, I was talking to Elisa about that.
About what?
Your contract. If we can figure out how to break it, she might be able to help, since she's part of the Count's family.
She said that?
She clearly has little love for these kinds of dealings, and there is some benefit to her if you're no longer on her tail.
That's Elisa, through and through. It's a nice thought.
Don't you think it's worth trying?
Yeah. Not getting my hope. It's not like it was a complicated contract. I was dying. Didn't have much time to negotiate. But in it, he said had to be... what was it? Something about lions.
No.
I guess it's not important. Point is, serve my family's house and in...
That's oddly specific.
Yes, well, there were reasons.
Which were?
Unimportant.
You don't...
I would prefer not to talk about it.
I gathered that, but...
Matters of the heart were what got me killed. Well, almost killed. My lover was not so fortunate.
He?
Yes, he.
Oh, so you...
Yes.
Ah.
Happy now?
Well, it might be useful.
Perhaps. It never really came up again.
Vaya.
Not really the sort... If you think of anything, feel free to let me know. I gotta figure out what I'm going to tell the Count.
Matters of the heart. How infuriatingly vague.
So good to... Hope to see you soon.
How may I? Good night.
What an interest. You can see.
Hola.
So good to see you, dear. I was just thinking about you. Have a restful night.
El juego se llama Cabernet. Es un juego que ha salido hace poco en Steam. La demo es gratis. Y a mí me está gustando bastante. Es un juego de toma de decisiones, sobre todo, un cierto manejo de habilidades, en el que pues eres esta vampira recién convertida de la Europa del Este del siglo XIX.
Greetings. Excuse me.
No encuentro el gato hoy. Vale, vamos a ver. Todo esto está... A ver... Esto es visitar en el cobertizo. Esta no la quise hacer. Vamos a ver si por casualidad me lo encuentro. No, hay más, porque hay varios PNJs, algunos son humanos y otros son vampiros. O sea que no soy la única. Tampoco está encima de... ¿Tu gato dónde se habrá metido?
Go away, you.
Te jodan. Tampoco veo por aquí a usar. Vale. Yo creo que como es temprano. Vamos a ver. No, estos no son como los de Crepúsculo. Estos son vampiros más clásicos. O sea, el sol les mata. Hechizan a la gente para poder alimentarse de ellos, aunque pueden elegir comprar sangre embotellada o comer animales. Y algunos de ellos son muy turbios. Y otros pues son más majetes. No sé si tengo las habilidades para esta misión. La voy a intentar.
There you are. Not ready for our...
Everything is set. Also, maybe don't call it a heist.
Sorry, I'm not much of a conspirator. I'm quite nervous.
Trust me, it's all going to go smooth as silk. I'm doing the hard part, remember?
Indeed, you're right. Thank you. Let me just take one more shot for bravery.
It appears you've had quite a few already. This is how it all started, remember?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Algunos personajes cambian de ubicación según la noche y según las misiones que haces. Y otros no, otros se mantienen siempre ahí.
Oh. Hey, Kirill, you nasty... You got me drunk and cheated me out of something.
Greetings, my friend. Are you I recall you leaving it here, but
Si es que en verdad Kirill, que me cae mal, tienes razón, o sea, es que Levechny es un tío, yo le estoy ayudando porque me da pena, porque es un libro, pero...
Of course. Everyone knows I am a man of my word. Besides, who...
Then it's a deal. Best out of 3 wins. Everyone here will be my witness. Now bring out the journals.
It's your funeral.
Hey, Lisa, over here.
Quite a show you've put on.
That's the only way I know. Strangely, a crowd always makes me less nervous.
Maravilloso.
You can still slip me the right card.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Great. Now listen. I want to lose the first hand so he gains confidence. Don't do... In the second and third rounds, I'll give you a sign for the card. 1 knock for a 6, 2 knocks for a 10, 3 for an ace. Understood? Don't do anything till the 1 knock for a 6, 2 knocks for a 10.
Got it.
Veráis, voy a pagar.
Let's play.
No, but...
Me tengo que volver invisible en un lugar seguro. Me dirás tú cuál es el lugar seguro aquí. Si no puedo salir. El lugar seguro. A ver. Pues como no sé aquí.
Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
Oh, sure you want to do that. Remember, you can't blame me for your childish decisions this time around.
I said hit me.
Well, 1 out of 3 is mine. You know what they say. Unlucky in cards, lucky in love. Oh, wait. I guess
no,
that's
si es que el
not true
tramposo
for
es verdad es el
everyone
dueño
either.
del bar. Pero...
Son of a bitch.
As you wish, my liege.
Evgeny knocked 3 times.
$21.
What? How in the world did you... No matter. 3rd round will decide the winner.
Now to swap it back so he doesn't notice it later. Perfect.
Hit me. Hit me.
Hit me, dice, pégame. Qué mal traducido.
I think he knocked just... Now let's swap them back. Done.
I won!
This isn't possible, damn it!
You're a sore loser, aren't you? Quit your whining and hand me the journal.
Certainly. But first, why don't we see what all the fuss is about? Let us take a peek inside your poetic...
Don't you dare.
Man alive, Evgeny, I can hardly read any of this.
Por favor.
You have the handwriting of a
Estoy jugando al 21, era el 21, es maravilloso.
Or her eyes, the depth of ancient her smile, a thread of
Y
finest
encima Valtir se está
silk.
burlando de su poema. ¿Ves? Es que me cae mal. Es que Kirill me cae mal.
What a load of rubbish. Hold on a second.
Give it back this second.
Oh la la. What a charming young lady.
Le está poniendo los cuernos a Anastasia. Ahora ya tampoco me cae bien este. No me siento mal si me sigo ligando a su mujer. Es que, vamos.
No, no, friend. I completely understand. Matters of the heart can be quite complex. Perhaps I should pay Anastasia I feel like she might be in need of some proper consoling, if you know.
That is the last straw. Sir, you've insulted my wife's honor, and I hereby challenge you to a duel.
Are you being serious right now?
Dreadfully so.
Fine. I accept.
What is the weapon of your choosing?
Pistols. It's about time someone shot the whimsy straight out of you.
Very well. I propose we duel a week from today.
Es maravilloso.
Agreed. Let our chosen seconds arrange the exact time and place.
Perfect. Till then.
What a suicidal dolt. Everyone knows he's never held a gun in his life. Well, what are you all staring at? The show's over. Now get back to your drinking, please, and thank...
If Guinea already left, he must need some time to himself.
Pero ¿por
I
qué?
should check
¿Por qué
up
quiero
on
ir a
him.
verle? O sea, vamos a ver. Ya le ayuda a recuperar su diario, que es más
Local music school.
de lo que tendría que hacer teniendo en cuenta. Es que... Y al principio, o sea, tenías que elegir con cuál de los dos ibas a hablar primero. Si él es un mujer y pensé, oh, él es un poeta, me va a caer mejor. Tendría que haber ido con Anastasia desde el principio. Es que de verdad, qué persona. No está el gato por aquí. Bueno, chicos, me tengo que ir a cenar, así que voy a dejarlo ya. Y otro día seguimos. Muchas gracias a todos por pasaros. Perdón, es que justo me estaba despidiendo y han venido a avisarme. Y como se han puesto a dar golpes me he despistado, no sé qué eso estaba diciendo. Nada, pues eso, que seguimos otro día y que muchas gracias a todos por pasaros. Nos vemos.